What's good, Rams? It's your boy Snoop.
It's your boy Jalen.
And this is Rams House TV.
What's up, you geeks?
What's going on?
Hey, y'all already know, man. This is for all the geeks here, man.
Oh, yeah.
Thinking they about that
What?
dump on the Rams draft class today. We're going to go ahead and clarify that today with our draft review. Rams
Oh, yeah.
House
You
TV
already know.
Live here, man. We ain't posting videos. We going straight live with it.
We're going live with it.
So you're going to hear our personal opinions, our personal reviews, how we feel about the draft class as a whole.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, also, man, if y'all don't mind, man, just hit that like.
Hit the subscribe. Follow us on Rams House TV. Drop them comments down below.
I mean, what more can we say, man? We here with it, man.
We here with it, man.
We here with another live, man. Post-draft, man.
Post-draft.
We wanted to go ahead and drop some content here, man. So pretty much, man, we seen how the draft unfolded, man. If y'all didn't check out our live reactions on Instagram, man,
it was lit.
It was lit, for sure.
It was lit.
You know, we appreciate everybody jumping in, hopping in during draft weekend, man.
Appreciate everybody.
Sharing it with us, celebrating it with us, man. And, hey, y'all already know how it is, man. So, how you feeling, Snoop?
I'm feeling good,
how you
man.
feeling, man?
Hey, I'm feeling good with a wonderful day to talk some Rams football on that
Rams,
Friday.
Rams football, baby.
On that Friday, we getting close. Everybody in the OTAs getting prepared. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody sounding like they loose, man. Like they feeling good going into the season. I'm loving it. Hey, what can we say, man? People thinking that it's going to be a wash season? Nah.
I think we ain't done yet.
I think we ain't done yet, man. And based on this draft, possibly, man, are we going forward? Are we going backwards? Hey, that remains to be seen. But we had 14 picks in total.
Most in the NFL.
Clearly most in the NFL and a little tad bit.
Yeah.
Second most all time.
Woo!
Only behind the Vikings.
Yeah, okay. Of course.
From 2020.
Of course.
So,
of course.
14 picks, man. We started off with 11, but ended with 14. And y'all already know, man, just some of the things that pretty much went into the draft, man. Some of our depth issues, wide receiver, O-line, edge, secondary, you name it.
The list goes on.
Lots of holes. Yeah. Going into the season, going into the offseason, man. Yeah, you know, the draft is where it pretty much starts as far as being able to build that roster back up from the ground up with young talent.
Oh, yeah, definitely young talent.
You know, like I said, man, I thought we found some talent in this draft. I mean, if you ask me. Solid. Also, man, I don't mean to cut you off. So Jordan Fuller, man.
He's back.
He's back and healthy, man. It was reported out that Jordan Fuller is fully healthy and is in OTAs working. As y'all know, man, he is the only secondary player from 2020 that's still on this roster.
Yes, sir. So,
in case y'all didn't know it, you know, Jordan Fuller is actually the elder statesman, believe it or not.
He did have that C on him.
In this secondary.
Yeah.
So, Jordan Fuller back, you know, could be in good things, you know, for that secondary in the back end, you know, especially with his veteran experience and things like that.
He was calling the plays.
You know.
Trusted him.
Yeah, they trusted him. 2020. We all remember it.
Yeah. Remember that first play?
CeeDee Lamb, baby. You know CeeDee Lamb, remember that.
Remember that first
play. 4th and 1. Get him off the field. But, I mean, overall, man, the draft, man, was a good weekend, man. Successful weekend, I felt like, for the Rams. I saw a lot of flack on Twitter, you know, a lot of flack on Instagram saying that the Rams didn't have a good draft. They didn't address needs. You know, you got the geeks out there saying, you know, we taking a step back. You got power rankings out in April. May.
Already?
Like, I mean,
why?
Why are the geeks doing this? Why do ESPN and all these outlets feel like they got to come out with a power ranking?
Why this so early? Why? It's only May.
Why? But that's neither here or there. Because we're not about to discuss power rankings. We're about to discuss the draft. And to put it in context, man, like, we ain't drafted in the first round. Y'all know we ain't drafted in the first round.
We did. But we also had some picks.
We had lots of picks. And to put in the context,
good.
I got some interesting information as to when the last time we had our first round pick.
What's that?
The last time we had our first round pick, y'all, Barack Obama was still the president. Oh, God. Do y'all want to know the last time we had a first round pick? Work by Rihanna was the #1 song in America. Y'all know Rihanna. It was the #1 song in America.
In America,
In America, Ram.
In America.
That was the last time that we had a first round pick. You know, with Drake. Word. All right. Jeff Fisher was still the coach. I think y'all all know that.
Jeff Fisher. Mr. 79 bullshit?
Y'all know.
Oh, God.
Coaching that was the Michigan team in the USFL, I think, still, or whatever.
Can't even coach those motherfuckers.
Tough. Sean McVay was still coaching the Washington at the time. Reds. The Washington. Sorry, can't say it. You know what they was.
The Washington.
Yeah, gotta go. You know, the Commanders. But that's how long we've been without a first round pick. But next year will change, man. Next year will change. 2024 is the year we will have our first round pick. So you better believe.
And we'll have some money to go along with those first round
picks. Some cash rules everything around me.
So don't think that this year we're gonna be scrubs like all the geeks were saying out there. You know, we've been listening, geeks.
Look, young team, like NFC, man, is wide open as we done said countless times. Plenty of times. You know, on this outlet that you know the NFC, you know, could be, you know, whoever this year. I mean, you got your perennial ballers out there, the Eagles, you know, the 49ers, who, by the way, like, who feels sorry for Deebo Samuel? Like, this man is still out here talking about a loss from 2 months ago.
Jesus Christ.
3 months ago, 4 months ago, however long ago.
Lord help him.
Help this man.
Jesus.
Help this man, please.
Shut up.
Like, for real. Like, it's getting to know. Now the Eagles, the most hated team. Why? Because they beat y'all in the playoffs, so you can't take losses, pretty much.
No.
You can't take losses.
All he do is cry.
Man, we saw it firsthand.
Right, in the flesh.
When OBJ sent y'all packing, you feel me? You know, AD.
Took y'all back to Levi.
Yeah, the Levi shade. But anywho, like,
fucking geek.
We had 14 picks in this draft, man. Me and Snoop, man, here on Ramshousetv, TV, man, we gonna break down each pick after each pick. You know, in case y'all haven't got y'all Rams fix already by now with all the content creators out there. You know, we here with it. So without further ado, man, Snoop, we're gonna start with that second round, man. 36 pick.
That boy Steve.
Man, Steve Avila, man. Tell me how you feel about my guy, off rip. High praises, by the way. You know, by a lot of rank.
He's a brick wall, man. A very brick wall. You know, the only thing that he need to work on is his run blocking. Other than that, pass protection, his upper body strength, his hands, A1, missile. It's just the run blocking is concerning. But I know he'll get that straight during time. You know, he's still young. You know what I'm saying? He got a lot to learn, but plug him in that offense, he will protect Glock 9.
He could start right away. Yeah, I could definitely see him plug in instantly. You know, 35 starts in college. You know, he done pretty much play every position on the line. You know, versatility, as you know, with Sean McVay, is key. Yeah, y'all know when it comes to the offensive lineman, man, if you could play more than one position, you might have a shot on this team. Yeah. And you can see everybody on this line has played multiple positions on this line. So it's just one of those things where you know, and just from some of the things that I've seen as well, as Snoop said, brick wall, I think, man, he can contribute right away as a mauler in the run game, you know, alongside Logan Bruss, who also, by the way, is fully healthy, in case y'all didn't know.
That's another guy.
And I mean, look, I just see a lot of Pro Bowl potential with Avila. You know, me and Snoop won't too high on him, as y'all know.
Y'all seen the reaction.
Y'all seen the reaction. But, you know, we don't cover a lot of college. No, so to see this guy, you know, play for TCU, you know, even in the championship game, like, it snaps where they were getting their ass whooped. I mean, he was still going out there, putting guys on their back, you know, still playing with a lot of energy, high motor. You know, this guy comes with a great work ethic, you know, as you can see on tape, you know, and he comes with traits that, you know, a lot of guys, you know, coming in the league and they become starters, you know, 10-year starters, in fact, you know, 9-10-year starters. Like, you know, a guy that I you know, after looking at him, I compared him to like a Gabe Jackson. You know, I don't know if y'all know Gabe Jackson. He was 10-year starter in his league. I believe 10, 11-year starter. He played for the Raiders. He played for the Seahawks. You know, he's a guy, you know, where coming into the league, necessarily all his measurables weren't there, but him coming in and blocking, pass pro, run blocking, being able to be quick on his feet, alert eyes, being able to protect blocks, blitzes. I'm sorry. I mean, look, that's why he was able to have a substantial career. 10 plus years, offensive line. Gabe Jackson. You know, he might not never made a Pro Bowl, but 10 years as a starter, I mean, that's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
You know, so that's the potential I think we getting with Stevenville.
Yeah, Stevenville is definitely a starter. Like he could have been out the first round, but the spot that he was at was perfect.
It was perfect. It was perfect. I mean, you know, you're looking at that French first, second. Yeah. You know, like I feel like, man, he could have been right in there. He's obviously was top 5 at his position, in my opinion. But you know, again, first round, you know, a lot of guys they get drafted here and there, and some people just get lost in the fold. And I felt like, man, a guy like him would come in right away and help this offensive line. Stafford's still here. You know, still got to protect him. Still got to protect Glock Nizzle.
You know, so and another thing, he was a captain.
He was a captain. TCU, man. You know, they also went to the championship game.
Yes, sir.
You know, I personally gave it an A grade, if you ask me. Like, I thought, you know, for the value that we got for that pick, you know, him being able to come in right away, you know, and learn in this McVay offense, you know, per se zone scheme, you know, I think it fits his strengths. Yeah, like, you know, him being able to move, like he can definitely come in and seal those blocks, you know, and close in on those blocks per se, and take guys out. Period.
He'll follow you. He'll definitely follow you.
Yeah, sure. Period. So I like the pick. I gave it an A grade. You know, I think it could contribute right away. Yeah. Second round pick. You know, we normally don't hit on those.
Like, we don't.
So for us to be able to hit on this pick is a good sign.
Yeah, I think it's a banger.
Good sign. Yeah, I think it's a banger. You know. So to the third round, man. Pick 77, man. Byron Young, edge rusher out of Tennessee, man. Raw prospect, man. Raw prospect to me. But a need. You know, essentially, you know, he comes in on the older side of, you know, his 20s, you know, at 25. But, again, was productive. You know, and I think that's what McVay was looking for. Guys that showed some productive, you know, had some productive seasons, you know, that was able to go out there and show on tape that they can go out there and pretty much get at the quarterback. I mean, I can see him as a situational rusher. I mean, what you say?
I see a replacement of Flo.
Yo, you see him as a replacement of Flo? I mean, shit, I can rock with that.
You know, I mean, I like his quickness and his
He's a stud. He's a stud to me.
But if he add a spin move to his trait, bro.
Yeah, that's another thing that I spotted too. I mean, he could definitely develop into a more pure pass rusher. Because again, like I said, man, he was in college, you know, for 5+ years, you know. Again, but he's a stud. Yeah. You know, I feel like, you know, you work him in the lineup, you know, as time goes and you see what he can do. I mean, he's got a motor. Like, you know, he's moving all around the field. You know, Tennessee, you know, he was out there flying around for those guys. Yeah. So, I mean, I again, 2 studs, you know, in my opinion, the first 2 draft picks, you know, I thought the draft was going well. Yeah, you know, after further analyzing these picks and further analyzing where we were at as far as the value and what we was picking these guys, I thought getting a Byron Young, you know, at that spot, you know, considering what he's able to do on the field, I thought it was a great pick. You know, I gave it a B+. You know, I gave it a B+ because it addresses a need and it also gives us some flexibility. It gives us some guys with athleticism.
Yep. Definitely. I got me a B+.
What's good, Nasty Nate?
What's good, Nate?
You know, coming into the live, man, you know. Ramley just coming in. We know, what I'm saying? People just getting off work. West Coast people just getting off work and things like that.
Still early out there.
Still early, but you know we on here. We on here. You know, for the Ramley that's looking to tap in. But yeah, man. But Byron Young though, man.
I got a B+.
B+, man.
B+.
So wait, like, what do you think? Like personally, what do you think is gonna be like his biggest strength as far as winning this defense? Like, what do you think he gonna personally bring?
He gonna bring that energy, that dog in it.
Yeah, I think so too, though.
You can see it on the field, bro. He passionate about what he doing, and if fit him alongside with Aaron Donald, just make it even better.
Yeah, I mean, you could put a cactus in front next to Aaron Donald. I think that cactus he'll probably get like 3 sacks. Yeah,
and the biggest downfall from us last year was not getting to the quarterback.
Oh yeah, that was downfall. That was. Like that was just a nightmare to watch every week, just not being able to get consistent pressure on a regular basis. It was disgusting. It was quite disgusting, man.
So add him in there alongside with new starter Michael Hoyt.
Yeah, new starter Michael Hoyt. Hoyt.
You know, So yeah, I definitely give him a B plus with this move. I definitely need for the Los Angeles Rams on defense, edge rusher presence, because we've been saying it all year last year. We need edge rushers, and we need to help Aaron freaking Donald.
Well, at this point, all you can do is look forward into the future, and Aaron Donald's still here, but this team got to be able to build post Aaron Donald, and that's what we all been waiting for, is to see how this team would, react, how they would, move forward post Aaron Donald. So again, I like stud. He come in at 25. We're known for, not really necessarily looking at age, as far as like how we draft. We drafted a lot of older players, the Cooper Cubs, Van Jeffersons when they came out of college. So, I mean, it's not no surprise to me, him coming out older. And we're going to talk about another older player, as the video goes on as well. But, yeah, I gave him a B+.
And he was a captain as well. Another captain.
If y'all catch the trend.
Right.
Man, but third round, man, 89th pick. I believe that we traded down, or traded up.
Yeah, we traded down.
We traded down?
We traded down with the Giants.
Okay. So, yeah, we used that pick to get Kobe Turner, defensive tackle, Wake Forest. Few things I liked about him. I thought, for him being undersized, I thought he can definitely control. He comes with, a lot of power off the point of attack. Hands. I think, he reminds me of, like a guy, like a Bobby Brown, pretty much, very powerful. And, they can pretty much get to where they have to get as far as on the defensive line, per se. It has depth.
It's definitely depth.
It has depth. Yeah. Length, I feel like it's an issue, though. Now, we all know, in the defensive tackle, like it's all about that arm reach. It's all Aaron Donald is an exception because, he's just a one-on-one. But, we talking about guys, coming in, with shorter arms, going against those offensive linemen with those gigantic arms and just being penetrated pretty much. Like, you're not going nowhere, buddy. You're on lockup.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that concerned me, being that he is undersized per se. But I think he has a good work ethic. Him coming in, not necessarily have to feel like he has to come and make every single play,
and, right away.
Yeah, and, like I said, it's depth. I feel like he can compete this year for a spot on this roster. I'm pretty sure he can make the 53-man, depending on how the defensive line, that rotation looks. But, I mean, he could definitely compete for playing time this year, next season, possibly.
Yeah.
We do like the red shirt, a lot of players.
We definitely do.
So, I mean, how you feel about the pick, though?
I mean, it's definitely a need. I mean, we don't have Ashawn or Greg Gaines anymore, so that's a plug-in. Alongside with Aaron Donald and Bobby Brown, perhaps. So I mean, like you said, his strength, I did see that, a little, but I could think he can get to the quarterback and can do more better in one stopping.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree on that, though. And at the end of the day, man, it's just like the line, defensive line. We know that it's Aaron Donald and everybody else.
Right.
So. At least what you want to do is you want to at least add depth, at least with positions. Like, another thing that, I feel like we probably could have capitalized a lot more is adding some versatility on this defensive line. Like, I'm not saying per se, just drafting edges and defensive tackles. I mean, like guys that can do a lot of different things, not, especially in the 3 technique and, 3-point stance, things like that, have guys move all down the line. I felt like we could have got a lot more versatile, as far as that particular defensive group. But, I mean, overall, I think we did the best that we could with what we got. And we got value. I mean, Kobe Turner, I mean, he could turn out to be a pretty good player on this defense. Like, so
might be a little sleeper. But,
I mean, hey.
And they say he was the highest graded defensive tackle in the draft.
That's not a prediction. That's a spoiler. Right. So, I mean, I like that. Yeah. It's things like that where, people outside the Rams ain't going to know that. They ain't going to know that. But you're getting value there. You're getting a good player that's going to come in, right? And he's going to work to make the roster. And then, he's going to work to get that playing time. And then you'll see the fruits of his labor potentially, making it to the big stage and him getting on the field. And
getting his reps.
Yeah, him getting his reps. I mean, it's just as simple as that.
Snoop preseason is all about too.
I mean, what grade you gave that though, Snoop?
I gave him a C. Gave him a C.
I gave it a C plus. I thought it was pretty good pick.
Yeah, it's good pick. Yeah. Still good pick.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Definitely need for real.
Yeah. If they don't know Nasty Nate, man, hey, we going through the picks right now, man. Like they ain't listening now, man. People outside the Ramblin', they gonna know.
They just need to know.
They gonna know. Like these is gonna be some steals, but man, it's getting to one of my favorite picks now.
Uh-oh.
It's getting one of my favorite picks.
Is it getting realer now?
4th round pick, 128, man. Stetson Bennett, University of Georgia.
A free pick, by the way.
Yeah, compensatory pick. I mean, we'll take that. But you want to talk about Stetson Bennett?
Okay.
I do not understand the hate that a back-to-back national champion gets. Never, not to mention a walk-on. Yeah. A walk-on. I don't understand why Stetson Bennett got so much hate going into the draft. Did we ever say that he was a first-round quarterback or a second round? You know, hell no.
Right.
But for people to say that, you know, at the 4th round, you know, getting Stetson Bennett was a reach, are geeks.
What?
Like, I mean, it's just simple as that. Like, I mean, you getting a guy with a winning pedigree. I don't want to care about, who he plays around and all this and that. And
he's too small.
He showed enough athleticism and enough football quarterback IQ for me to know that this guy can win games. Like, if he's put in a situation where he can win games.
And he put his body on the line, too. He ain't afraid to take a hit.
Yeah, I'm just tired of the question of him, you know, that was he elevated by his team? Or, I mean, that could be an argument for whatever. I mean, he was playing around some very talented guys at Georgia, offensively and defensively.
Especially defense.
So, I'm not really, you know, surprised that people are asking this question, but people got to remember, he played freaking quarterback, right? He was a walk-on.
With the back-to-back titles.
He can bring more than just, you know, athletic traits and what you want to find in the combine, man. You know, people don't talk about Tom Brady like that.
Hell no.
You know, people won't talk about all those other guys like that. You know,
talking about Tom Brady.
You got to think guys like Joe Burrow, and I'm not comparing him to Joe Burrow, but you got to think Joe Burrow had to transfer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he transferred to LSU. You know, so I mean, like I said, man, everybody's story different. Like, this guy was a walk-on. You know, went to Georgia, lit up in the championship game, 6 touchdowns. You know,
crazy.
And I just felt like, man, you know, you could argue that he's the most accomplished quarterback coming into this draft. You know, and
another thing, Ram, it's a need.
It's a need. We have no backup. I mean, outside of Brent Ripon?
Yeah, we signed him to a 1-year deal.
Yeah, we signed him to a 1-year deal the other day. But outside that, we had no other quarterback on the roster.
Come on, man. Like, so we seen the reaction. We seen y'all on the comments on the live, man. Like, what the fuck? Why? What, bro? It's a need.
It's a need, regardless of what you would think, or regardless of whether you felt we could have got a position, another position at that pick. Like, I mean, look, Stetson Bennett comes in with a winning pedigree. Like, and this guy is not no scrub. Like, you know,
I don't see why people think he's a scrub, though.
He's going to be coached by Sean McVay.
And gonna learn about Matthew Stafford. That's also a Georgia Bulldog as well.
He went from Kirby Smart to Sean McVay.
Come on, bro.
Like, so I mean, it's not like he's downgrading from what he got in college to what he's getting in the pros. Like, you know, he's going from Kirby Smart, who people feel is the best coach in college right now. You know, he won back-to-back titles.
Right.
But he's going from Kirby Smart to Sean McVay. So, I mean, who is to say that this man cannot learn and not develop, you know, and just get better? Like, he doesn't have the biggest arm.
No.
You know, he's not the fastest. Like, but this is not the stuff that, you know, McVay obviously, and, you know, after watching his tape, what I'm personally looking for, like, I feel like this guy can be you know, he could be cerebral.
Yeah.
You know, he can make winning decisions.
He got a little swag with him too.
He got a little swag to him. He played around some dogs, no pun intended. So I like Stetson Bennett. At worst, he's going to be number 3 on the roster.
Yeah.
I mean, back, you know, as far as on the depth chart.
It's going to be a fighting position for backup.
Yeah, it's that easily. Like, you know, but you look at this guy, you know, he's, in my opinion, he could be, he's better than John Wolford.
Oh, of course.
You know, and that's no disrespect to the Wolfgang,
yeah,
but
he can't throw a lick.
Like I said, man, Wolfgang didn't really accomplish anything. You know, at least Stetson Bennett, he showed on the big stages he can go out there and play. Back-to-back championship games. So, I mean, that's how I look at it. And, you know, people say that we stole the draft. Like, I mean, my boy Nate, I mean, he spoke it. Right now, like, I feel like nice value. Like, and I see him being back up by the beginning of the season, personally.
Yeah. I mean, they ain't grabbing just because, bro.
Nah, I don't think so.
And another thing, like people saying about his age, like, I mean, what's his age got to do anything? I mean, he's what, 25?
25?
Yeah,
I believe so. Yep, 25.
Yeah, 25.
Played 6 years so far in college. Well, yeah, 6 years. So I think that's probably what the net, is on him. Yeah. The negative is that, a guy, I mean, he essentially played half a decade, at Georgia. Over half a decade, should I say. So, and certain other players, again, he was a walk-on, like, so transfer. I gave it a B-.
Yeah, I gave it a B.
I mean, you can't hate on the pick, man. Like, look, he's coming in. He's going to be with a fellow Georgia Bulldog and Matthew Stafford. He's going to be with a coach in Sean McVay. Learning. Like, people want to write people off so fast. Like, everybody want to, they want to write people off so fast. Like, because they don't have the biggest arm. Like, people love Anthony Richardson. They love talking about his arm. But then the first thing I see is he threw 56 completion percentage, like, 55 completion percentage. He goes number 4. Okay. But that's just based on raw talent. We're not talking about the intangible and the fact that, he didn't win back-to-back championships like Stetson Bennett, regardless of who he was playing with.
I think Sean McVay and Leslie in this draft, they drafting winners, bro. And starters.
Like, anybody talking. I mean, you look at the Niners. Like, they went out there literally with the last pick in the draft and almost got to the fucking Super Bowl. And that's probably the closest thing y'all gonna get to a praise from Ramshousetv.
Yeah.
Like, they showed at the end of the day, if you have a guy that's just not all about, just him running fast and him having a cannon, and he just comes in with the mind and the winning decisions to make plays in the clutch, what does it matter? Like, you got your guy. Obviously, man, it was reports that he was low to teams.
Yeah.
We don't know how true that is.
Some people say he was 6th round.
6th round.
Like, 5th round. Like,
I mean, shit. Mailman, like, that's his nickname. I mean, he delivers. You don't get that name for nothing.
Nah. He definitely delivers in the big stage.
I just don't get the hate, man. I mean, he's a quarterback. Like, he got to go out there and just make the plays. And from what I saw, he was able to be more than adequate, going out there, making throws, making runs, and just reading defenses and making plays. I don't get it. Don't get it. But Stetson Bennett, I gave him a B- though. So I like the pick overall.
Oh, yeah.
5th round, man, 161, man. We got, I think, one of the Rams' favorite picks overall, man. Nick Hampton, Appalachian State edge rusher, man, is big raving about this guy, man. And I see why.
He's out there.
He's out there. He's all about it. And when people say he can possibly be the steal of the draft, like, it's no over exaggeration, no hyperbole. Like, this guy can literally be the steal of the draft. And he has a good ass set of goddamn pass rushing moves. Like, I feel like his motor just. You could tell he's on the field. You could tell he's on the field. He moves. Moves.
He's fast.
I see him as more than a situational rusher. I feel like that's what they're gonna bring him in as, just to, because he a hunter quarterback type guy. That's all you need to draft. Like, it's one of those guys. Like, we thought we had that in Chris Garrett 2 years ago. Yeah. That didn't come to play. We still the jury is still out on Daniel Hardy. I'm guessing he's gonna get more playing time this year. But I look at this guy, man. He comes with that burst that just has guys off balance. Like,
quick And he quick. Goes south, west to east,
quick,
whatever.
Quick burst. Like run defense, obviously, you know, with guys like that could be a weakness. You know, sealing the edge. Yeah. You know, run defense, of course. But I mean, look, when you're drafting guys to specifically go and hunt the quarterback, this is why you draft. This is where you draft. This is where you find value. Mm-hmm. You know, you don't necessarily have to go out there and reach for guys like this. Like this guy went to Appalachian State. People want to shit on the competition that he played. So be it. I don't care.
He's a very good player.
You know, he's a very good pass rusher. Yeah. And he can turn into something special. Playing alongside Aaron Donald. Like, come on. Come on, B.
Get his chops.
Like, woo. You know, like I said, man, he has a wide set of moves. You know, could he get caught on the edge, you know, as far as being over aggressive, being sailed out on runs? Yeah. From what I saw.
Too happy.
You know, but that's pass rushing. That's the life of being a pass rusher. You go out there and you want to get to the quarterback. That's why I feel like he would be a situational guy out the gate. Somebody on a third down, 3rd and 8, you got Aaron Donald in the inside. I don't know, maybe him out there on one side. You might can throw in Byron Young, maybe. Yeah. You know, you got Hoyt. You know, you got Bobby Brown. I mean, hey, look. I'm just saying, man. Like, I see him. I mean, you know, he remind me of I don't want to go Alden Smith because I feel like Alden Smith was just crazy.
Yeah, he was different.
But I mean, Randy Gregory. Okay. You know, Randy Gregory. I go Randy Gregory. You know, that's what I get. I mean, I just feel like his burst is gonna make tackles uncomfortable.
He's quick.
You know, he's quick.
Yeah, he's definitely quick.
You know, his burst is quick, and you know, on 3rd and 8, you know, his burst is easily gonna make things a lot difficult, you know, whereas compared to, you know, just getting rushed by AD with 3 heads blocking him.
Bro, I just like he be getting to the running backs, man. Like that shit.
Yeah, and the motor, man.
That man be on it.
So if you had to choose, like, because we know how these guys, you know, like we watch doing these live game reactions, man. We look for the rookies.
We definitely do.
We look for the rookies. Just guess what week he might start.
What, season?
Yeah, the season. Because I think this guy's easily locked to make the 53. And I would be highly upset, if this guy don't make the 53-man roster.
I'm going to go with week 4.
Week 4?
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, if this guy can come in, because look, competition at the outside linebacker, man.
It's open.
It's open. It's open season. So, if you ask me, I mean, it could be as early as week 1, week 2. But I'm going to go ahead and say week 2.
Week 2?
I'm going to say week 2 because I feel like, man, week 1, whoever we play, you know, it's going to be what it is. You're not going to get on the field as much as a rookie probably. But I feel like by week 2, week 3, you know, it's going to be hard to keep this man off the field. You know, he's got a motor that's going to help this pass rush if you put him on the field and put him in the right situation. So, for him, I got an A- grade. I got an A- grade. Like, I'm really high on Nick Ham. I'm really high on him.
I gave him a B. Still a good pick.
Yeah, I mean, hey, look, in the 5th round, you know, you're getting a pure pass rusher. Like, we know, hunt the quarterback, get him. Period. So nothing, plain and simple.
Need some dogs, man.
All right. 5th round, 174, man. We got Warren McClendon, tackle from Georgia, another Bulldog joining the squad, man. Yeah. Go ahead.
Y'all see what McVay doing? Just keep your eyes open, man. Just keep your eyes open.
Yeah, I don't think they're keeping their eyes open, G.
But they need to have them open, bro.
Yeah, but overall, I mean, I thought this was a good pick. Yeah, I thought this was a good pick. I mean, initially, you know, at this pick, I mean, just watching his play at tackle, I can obviously see, you know, in the league, he could struggle with speed rushes, you know, because, I mean, that's just, you know, like I said, he's a bigger guy. So, I mean, he's going to, you know, in the feet, he can definitely work on his feet, definitely work on, you know, shuffling the body, you know, things like that. Me personally, I would prefer him in the inside. And I know, like I said, we got a lot of depth in the inside. We got Logan Bruss. We got potentially Steve Avila. You know, like I said, man, we got lots of David Andrews still.
David Andrews,
is he still there? So, I mean, like I said, at the end of the day, man, we can possibly have a lot of versatility, on this team.
Yeah.
So as far as on the offensive line, McClendon, I mean, he's gonna come in as a project, obviously.
Yeah, definitely a project prospect. But I mean, he didn't allow any sacks either.
I mean, look, numbers don't lie.
Numbers don't lie, right?
Numbers don't lie. So I mean, like I said, man, and again, Logan Brunt's coming back. So I always look at offensive line pickups at this day and age, man, especially when we got a guy, guy coming off an injury, things like that, man. It's like I feel like, man, you getting 2 for 1.
Yeah.
And Logan Bruss is healthy. You coming in with Steve Avila, and then you possibly adding a Warren McClendon, to this offensive line who can add value, who's played tackle, and I feel like, could move inside and into the interior easily. He's a mauler. I think, very strong, very powerful, comes with a lot of strength. And, like I said, man, it could be an excellent pick personally if he moves in the inside, if you ask me. Like, I wouldn't necessarily – he can work the tackle. I mean, but it's a lot of development. He's going,
off the edge.
Off the edge, working that edge, if he wants to become a starter in this league.
Yeah.
But I think in the inside, with his pull, him being able to go and just knock guys off and hit guys and just push them, I think, man, look, if he moved to the interior, it'll be a B grade.
Cause he's a big guy. He's 6'4" and he's 300. Solid. And that inside dude might well be fit for him.
I'm telling you, I'm telling you, if he moves to the interior, I will personally give this move a B, because I think that's how much it can potentially help our line down the road. I don't know what pending free agents we have, or what movement we're gonna be doing, but I know a lot of guys like that, the Havensteins and the. Who else we still got on? Who's the center right now? Brian Allen?
Brian Allen still.
These guys are going to be moving on. And it's good. As much as we love Brian Allen, I know it's the Ramley like Brian Allen. We drafting these offensive linemen, at these versatile positions because, at the end of the day, we're gonna start going the cheap route.
Yeah. We
just showing the blueprint now. We done got all one now, all that, all in. Now we going cheap. We going young. We going cheap. We're gonna easily become the youngest team in football at some point. Once again. like Matthew Stafford, Aaron Donald, Cooper Kupp. I mean, those guys really the oldest guys on our team.
Yeah. And they got their hardware, so hey, just looking to the future, right?
Hey, it's just the future right before your eyes, right, man. That's why I feel like, with this draft with the offensive lineman. I'm not mad at the picks that we got because we don't know how these guys can get developed. Steve Avila's and McClendon's, Logan Bruss, and I believe it was one more guy that we drafted, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so Logan Bruss, Steve Avila,
Can them 3 guys be the brick squad?
I mean, it's possible. Dallas, they built their essential team. And it started with the offensive line. Zach Martin, Tyron Smith, Travis Frederick. Those guys stayed together for 10 plus years. All pros, Pro Bowls.
One of the best O lines in the league, man.
Yeah. Zach Martin, Hall of Famer. Whew. Travis Frederick, Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Tyron Smith, Hall of Famer.
Facts.
So like I say, man, if you can build your line in the draft, that goes far and beyond anything that you would want as far as out of a draft. If you can build that wall that protect that quarterback. I mean, who wouldn't want that? We'll take that over that anyway. We know with a healthy offensive line and a moving offensive line, this offense is unstoppable. With McVay cooking up the plays. I mean, a lot of people can go, but we got to have time. And it all starts with the line.
Got to protect Stafford, bro.
Got to have a line to set up time so Matthew Stafford can shoot that Glock 9.
And throw them dimes.
I like that. No look dimes for that matter.
Yeah. Y'all seen the footage in OTAs.
Y'all
He's still throwing them no looks.
He's still throwing them.
Shocked too.
Yeah, man.
He looked heftier.
Yeah, that's one thing.
He looked like he lost some weight. Slim down a little.
He took that time, man. Essentially had a year and a half off, or a season and a half off. I mean, if you want to count, the end of last season, then he got the off season, man. So he coming in fresh. He coming in fresh for sure. So I like that. 175, man. We actually had a pick right after this. That's how we was doing it, man.
And we were trading down.
We was trading down, Ramsey, man. We was collecting picks, getting value, and it continued with Davis Allen, tight end out of Clemson. I like this pick as well because I mean it makes sense, obviously, with Tyler Higbee potentially going out the door. We don't know the status of Bryson Hopkins.
We don't know.
I mean, what's the other tight end? Jacob Harris? Is he still on the roster? I don't believe so. I don't think so. I mean, you're looking at the tight end room right now. I mean, we had Roger Carter last year. I mean, it was a fan favorite, in preseason. But I mean, look, he's obviously not getting snaps. So, I mean, when I look at this pick, it makes sense.
And then we got the guy Hunter Long.
Oh yeah, can't forget about Hunter Longshot. Can't forget about Hunter Longshot. I almost forgot about Hunter Longshot. Actually. So I mean, right now Hunter Long, Bryson Hopkins, Tyler Higbee on the right now on the roster. We know Tyler Higbee might be going out the door. Bryson Hopkins, we don't know his status. Coming into I believe his third season. So I mean, he made big plays. In the Super Bowl, we all remember that. But we have yet to see him play consistently. Davis Allen, man, look, he comes in, man. He seemed active to me.
6'6". He's 6'6".
Great catch radius, like you can just throw it up to him and he'll come down. I done seen multiple clips, him going against the Louisvilles and those ACC teams out there, and he's just coming down with big catch after big catch. Seeing routes. He's open. He played with Trevor Lawrence as well, by the way.
But one thing that bothered me, though.
What's up, G?
His blocking.
I thought, honestly, I'm not even going to cut him some. I get what you're saying, though. Though. He could definitely work on blocking.
Yeah. That ain't a bad thing. He can work on it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Definitely can work on it.
But we all know that people, that players come into the system right away with McVay. And the first thing, I feel like they as far as the tight ends is having to block. We know that with the jet sweeps, the zones, like blocking is a must, So I mean, I thought he was solid. Mm-hmm. As Snoop said, he can definitely get better based off the tape that I watched. But I feel like overall he can. I mean, red zone guys, what I see.
That's what I was thinking too.
Like, I just see him in the red zone. You throw it up to him, and 50-50 balls, he can come down with him as a tight end, line up on linebackers. I think he can be a big mismatch.
Yeah, definitely a mismatch, like for sure.
So, he's one of the more underrated tight ends in football, considering, where he played at in Clemson, not being talked about a lot. But I think he can come in, third tight end, second tight end. He can work his way up into that role. Mm-hmm. And he's obviously going to be, a piece. Again, you got Hunter Longshot there. You got Bryson Hopkins. You got Tyler Higbee. So him being able to compete for time, it's gonna be hard as a rookie.
Oh, of course.
But again, it's all about getting guys that we feel like fits the mold going into the future, 2024 and beyond. When we have those first round picks.
You never know, Ramsey.
You never know. You never know. Bro. And this is why you trade down and you try to add more picks and more value in these late round drafts because, you never know, man.
I know the Ramsey was like, a tight end, really? Well, Ramsey, it's a need.
I had us getting a tight end.
He definitely did. So,
I actually had us getting two. But we went one, and I like it.
That's just fine.
I thought it was fine. He's obviously gonna come in. I had to work on the blocking, but overall, he can be a solid to great receiving option at tight end. So I gave it an overall B. Because I thought it fit in the need. Yeah. I like what I saw on tape. I thought it can translate to what McVay wants to do with the tight ends. Seam routes, things like that. He can work on the blocking, obviously. But things like that, man, we don't really be too pressed about because they come into OTAs and they work on that.
Exactly. Working when it comes right around the corner, so we're gonna see how these boys be.
Oh yeah, y'all will be seeing clips from minicamp on Ramshouse TV, so y'all be on the lookout for that as well. You already know. 177, man, 2 picks down, man. I believe this is Snoop's favorite pick, if I'm not mistaken. Like I might be, going, all off the rails with this one, but Puka Nacua. Wide receiver out BYU, man. Look. Matter of fact, go ahead, Snoop. You got the floor.
Hey, Look,
what's some of the things that stand out from you from as far as for Puka?
Man, look, he can separate, and he can run after the ball, after the catch, bro. He will. If you put in this system, bro, he'll remind me of Robert Woods.
You know, that's crazy because I initially had that comparison for him, but then after looking at him a little bit more, he reminded me of Cooper Kupp.
I heard somebody say that.
He reminded me of Cooper Kupp. 6'2", Cooper Kupp about 6'1", 6'2".
Yeah.
Like, both guys, I feel like discipline when it comes to how they control their bodies. You know, just the versatility. Like, he had 5 receiving touchdowns, 5 rushing last year.
Crush.
And an injury-plagued season.
Yeah.
You know, he'd been facing injuries, you know, throughout his whole time at BYU. So, you know, I actually had that Robert Woods comparison. That's crazy. That is crazy. You know, he reminds, like, you know, deceptive speed.
He definitely reminds me of Robert Woods.
Deceptive speed. He can high point the ball, in my opinion. You know, he can definitely fill that role as far as what Robert Woods used to do.
Yeah.
You know, on the team and what he should have been doing last year.
Exactly.
If we didn't fucking trade him for a 7th-round pick. Fucking geeks. But y'all already know we the king of yards after catch, and this is one of the best guys in the draft.
And he's shifty.
Very shifty. You know, he could definitely work on his route running. I mean, I thought overall, man, you know, his route tree, you know, he can work on that. He can work on that for sure. Of course. But, you know, a guy with that type of talent, I feel like he can definitely come in and be perfect in this Sean McVay offense.
Of course.
You know, he's a great blocker. He come with physicality, in my opinion. You know, physicality that we could definitely use in this receiving room. You know, with Cooper Kupp, you know, a lot of the small guys, you know, 2-2, things like that.
Yeah.
You know, ball carrier vision, another thing that stood out to me. I thought he can, you know, when he got the ball in his hands, man, he liable, you know, to take it places.
Yeah.
And he got very good control of his body.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Very balanced.
But, you know, he's not no Mike Williams. Don't get it twisted. Mike Williams, in my opinion, is the best high ball catcher in the league. Like, you throw a ball up to Mike Williams, it's almost certain that bro coming down with it. Like, bro is just guaranteed. It's guaranteed. Like, you know, like Mike Williams is just that nice when it comes to 50-50 balls. Like, but, you know, he's not on Mike Williams' level, but he can definitely track the ball in the air. High point it, go get it. Y'all know the rest.
Hey, if y'all ain't noticed, which is another player that we have on our squad.
Mm-hmm.
He sauced my boy up a little bit.
Yeah.
We're gonna get to him like probably in a little bit.
Yeah.
But, you know, just know, like, man, they can see each other in the practice field. Okay.
Yeah. But as far as Puka though, man, like I said, man, he what bothered me the most from watching his like highlights, not bothered me per se, is I felt like, man, you know, at 6'2", they definitely BYU personally could have used him a lot more at wide receiver.
Yeah.
It seemed like he was more used as a guy like just
like go gadget.
Yeah, like a gadget guy, which in my, you know, in the real world now, that would be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And McVay, to an extent, a Kyle Shanahan type offense, you know, where they like to, you know, move from east to west rather than north to south. Like, they like to move, you know, everything. Like, jet sweeps.
Yeah, especially
you know, everybody on the move. Like, they make you defend every piece of grass. And I feel like this is a guy that can be dangerous after the catch, after the run, after the catch. You know, he's 6'2", 200. Mm-hmm. You know, he comes with good size. You know. Definitely. You know, and it's no guarantee. I mean, outside of Van Jefferson, there's no guarantee who's going to be that number 3, who's going to be that number 4. We don't know. We still have McCutcheon.
Yeah, we still got
McCutcheon. Still got Tutu. Yeah. Still got Benny Scope. So, I mean, like I said, as far as the depth where I thought we would go at 5 wives, me personally, I thought we would have possibly traded up and got a guy like a Jordan Addison.
Something like that.
You know, first round, maybe, you know, try to get him somewhere close. But he obviously went in the first round to the Vikings. So I don't think we was going to trade up that high to go get Jordan Addison. I just didn't see that as a personal need at the time. But I mean, overall, like Puka, he brings pretty much the same skill set as the last few Rams great wide receivers that we had, and Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp. You know, you see where those guys at. You know, as far as in our hearts.
Straight up.
In our hearts.
All day.
All fucking day. Robert Woods, come the fuck back. We know you in Houston right now, but come the fuck back.
Come back to the crib.
Shit.
God damn.
Man. But overall, man, I get this pick an A-.
A-. I gave a B.
I gave this an A-. So I feel like, man, if they want to just allow their rookies to be able to go out there and play, if these guys are ready to play, like this could be a guy that plays.
Yeah, I can see it.
He seems like more, again, of a gadget player that can go out there and make plays as a receiver, which gives us the best of both worlds, if you ask me, because it gives me flashbacks of Robert Woods, and it gives me flashbacks of Cooper Kupp, guys that can literally do everything in this offense and, you know, have the discipline to be able to go ahead and, you know, running the Sean McVay offense. It's an intricate offense. Very intricate. So I like it. I like it too. 6th round, man.
6th round.
182. We got Trey Hodges, man. Tomlinson. Cornerback, TCU. If y'all don't know that name sound familiar, that because he's the nephew of LaDainian Thompson, LT, Mr. I just stepped OJ Atagwe's helmet off.
Jesus Christ.
And it's on every NFL Films highlight.
Every time you see that shit.
It's crazy. But
the record on.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to say a few points, and I'm going to go ahead and let Snoop have the floor with Trey. If he was a few inches taller, he would win the 1st round. That's number one. People want to talk about his height. He's 5'8". He doesn't play like 5'8". He played out in the slot. I mean, he played out in the slot and in the outside. So if you want to talk about this guy not being scared of whoever is lying in front of him, that should let you know right now. He got that dog.
He got that
dog. Bro. We have a good history of smaller DBs. That's stupid.
You know what's smart with him? He uses leverage.
Leverage guy.
Leverage
guy. I mean, 35 PBUs in 3 seasons. The boy, he there. He there. He right here.
Oh, you.
He right down the hip. You know, he was projected to go in the 3rd round, the second, third round area. This man got drafted in the 6th round. You want to know why? Because he was not 5'11", 6 foot.
But he plays like a big corner.
But he plays with good attitude. He plays with heart. I mean, he's obviously, you know, at his size, a lockdown. You know, like I said, man, you know, everybody can be lockdowns at they certain size. But I feel like he comes in, like Snoop says, with the leverage, the feet. He's feisty. Like, you know, he loves the challenge, you know, from what I saw. Like, he's not afraid to go up there and face those taller receivers. Like,
he said he liked the face number one receivers, bro. Like, that's what you want in a player like that, bro.
He is what I consider, like, and this is probably going to be a new thing on Rams House TV. He's that I want the smoke type player, if you know what I mean. Like, he not ducking none of the smoke. He not ducking from whoever's in front of him. Like, yeah, he's gonna be a rookie. You might not want to line him up on a DeAndre Hopkins, but if he is, he guarding DeAndre Hopkins.
Don't have to.
He not no David Long.
No.
Who gonna get beat by AJ Green at 37 years and a half years old?
Getting body.
No. Like, he's gonna go out there and he's gonna play with heart. If he get fried, so what? We all know why he got his 5'8", but he's not gonna go out there and give up on a play.
No.
He ran 4.4. He got speed, you know.
He can get to the ball.
Like, he would have been a 1st rounder easily.
If he'd have been taller.
5'11", you talking 1st round guy.
He'd have been the best cornerback in the NFL draft.
Possibly.
No cap.
And you talking guys like Christian Gonzalez and you talking Devin Witherspoons and, you know, all those guys. Like, he would have been right up there. Like, he would have been right up there. 35 PBUs in 3 seasons. Like, the boy, I mean, he a ball hawk. You know, again, you know, I gotta give it an A. Like, I gotta give it an A. I gotta give it an A because, I mean, you're talking about a 2nd, at worst 3rd round, you know, pick, projected pick. You know, somewhere in that area. Like, he drops to the 6th round.
Which another extra pick, by the way.
I mean, what can we say, Ramley? I mean, it's all about manipulating the draft. Like, I mean, we know we picking not in the 1st round, but we got to make the most out of the picks that we got. It's a lot of teams that was looking to trade up, and we was looking to trade down.
Give us them picks.
Give us them picks. We went from fuck them picks, them give us them picks. So, gotta respect it.
Oh, yeah.
189, man. I believe he's still in the 6th round.
Oh, yeah.
O'Shawn Mathis. O'Shawn Mathis. Edge rusher, man. Nebraska. I like it, man. 6'5", man. Big guy. Obviously, yeah, man. Transferred from TCU, another Horn Frog. Going to Nebraska. You know, he had 3.5 sacks last year. You know, people might look into that, you know, his production not being there, you know, could have probably hit his draft stock per se. But, I mean, I think he can hold up against the run. There's some things he can clean up. But outside linebacker in a 3-4, I think he can be really good. How you feel, Steve?
You gotta read his assignments, most definitely.
Yeah. I mean, look.
But that's something that he can work on as well, bro.
Yeah.
You know, but it's another need. You know, I can see him as like a rotation guy. Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be a guy that I feel like, man, is going to definitely have to work to get on the 53-man per se, because, I mean, he's not coming in with, like, particularly a great trait of any sort. But, again, I mean, outside of size, 6'5" that's pretty big for an edge, you know, coming off the edge. You know, if he can bring it all together, you know, he could become a weapon on the outside. So, I mean, overall, like I said, he could be solid as a stand-up rusher, you know, out the gate. You know, I wouldn't necessarily have, you know, you could put him down on the ground.
I could see him as like a run stopper too.
Yeah, I mean, at that size, you better be stopping the run. 6'5", you better be, no, you're running that ass here, boy. Right, you're not about to hit that outside.
We're in the trenches with it.
We're in the trenches with it. Another older guy, 24 years old, entering the league. So, again, that was the theme of the draft. Like, we didn't necessarily worry about how old or how young these guys was. Like, we picked guys that we felt like is either going to come in right away and help us, or within, you know, months, maybe a season's time, they'll come in and put in work. Yeah. So, I mean, overall, I gave it a B-. I
gave it a C+.
C+?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean,
still a solid pick.
Still a solid pick. You know, you're not into the C- and D's and things like that. Like, we had a few of those, you know, after looking at last year's draft and the year before. Like, you could look like, okay. But I think overall, like, just by looking at these guys, I feel like they're going to come in with great traits to make this team better. It's young.
Yeah.
This whole team is going to get better together. That's how young it is.
And every pick so far they drafted start.
Like I said at the beginning of the video, Jordan Fuller, you're looking at the secondary right now. Jordan Fuller is the only guy from 2020 still in that secondary. Troy Hill's gone. Jalen Ramsey's gone. David Long's gone. You know, Taylor Rapp gone.
Yeah. Nick Scott
gone. So that secondary is going to look a lot different. That probably is going to be the weakness of the team. But again, you got Trey Thompson coming in. You got Jacoby Durant. You got Robert Rochelle. You see what these guys are made of. Darion Kendrick. Can't forget about him.
Can't forget about DK.
So
I would love to see how Robert Rochelle can bring, bro, this year.
I mean, look, it's now or never for Robert Rochelle. This is the best opportunity that he has had since he came in the league, as far as him being able to hit the field on a consistent basis. Yeah. It's nobody really in front of him, you know, that has set itself apart, per se, as far as that corner. We love Jacoby Durant, but we know Jacoby is going to have to go into training camp, OTAs, and he's going to have to prove that again going into the season. You know, similar to Darion Kendrick. He's going to have to improve as well from last season. I think these guys could improve.
Yeah, all of them back together.
Yeah, all of them back together, man, knowing that, you know, it's them and themselves. Like, you know, I mean, look, if y'all don't make the team, all y'all can do is blame yourselves. Like, straight up. You know, there's no Jalen Ramsey in front of y'all. It's open. Who want to be the number one? Who want to be the number two?
Who want to lock shit up?
Yeah, who want to start week one?
Yeah.
That's what's really on the line come OTAs. And I feel like, man, you know,
it's going to be intense.
This whole defense as a whole going to be interesting to watch this season. I'll tell you that.
That's because they mad young, bro.
Man, we had 215. I believe that's still in the 6th round.
Man, we got another extra pick.
And we got Zach Evans. Another potential steal of the draft.
He's a steal.
You want to talk about a guy that come with that juice?
That motor?
He come with that juice. Great speed, mean ass stiff arm. Powerful, vicious. I mean, whatever adjective you want to use for his stiff arm, like it's gory. He can run between the tackles. I mean, it's just a few things that I picked up. I actually got a comparison for him too. Like, believe it or not.
Okay.
You ready for this?
Let's go.
Melvin Gordon. Kenneth Walker, if you want to, like a guy that I feel like, man, short, 5'11", 5'10", 5'11", powerful guys that, you know, can easily just rip off runs, yards at the contact, you know, is guaranteed to, you know, to move the chains. And y'all know how I feel about us moving the goddamn chains. 3rd and 1.
3rd and 1.
4th and 1.
4th and 1.
This is the guy you want to give the ball to. Or Cam, for that matter. Because we all know Cam is the man.
Cam is the man.
Cam is the man. So, you know, like I said, I would love to see Cam get those runs more consistent.
Oh, yeah.
But this guy can get them. Zach Evans.
Great vision. You know.
Home run threat.
He could be an every down back, bro.
He can. He's a home run threat. He can, like I said, he can hit the hole.
Yeah.
He can go. And y'all, I mean, you know, good luck catching him.
He runs so angry, bro. Like, you need that.
I mean, look, 5'11", he's coming in with good size. Mm-hmm. You know, again, he can gain that extra yardage after contact, which is very important, you know, and it's better than reaching for a guy like in the 3rd round, you know, a guy that obviously doesn't have the same qualities as him, but, you know, we just felt like we got to draft a running back at that point. No, why? We could just wait. Right. Running backs was a very deep position in the draft. Like, and if you get guys like this in the 6th round, then it gotta be deep. You know, because
he failed in the 6th round.
The 6th round, man. You know, he ain't played a full season though in college. You know, as far as at Ole Miss. Okay. But you know, last season he averaged 7 yards a carry, which in the NFL days is great. So, I mean, I like a lot about this pick, Zach Evans, man. The value. The player itself, fits what he's going to bring to this offense, the running back room itself. I mean, you know, with Cam Akers, you know, being up and down, Kyron Williams, we don't know. He was a rookie last year. It's potential that he can see some playing time this season.
You never know. It'll probably be competition in the running back room.
I'm telling you. And that was another thing I stated at the beginning of the video. Like, running back depth, you know, that was the issue, you know, outside of Cam Akers. You know, seeing who's going to, you know, just rounding out that running back room. Just, you know, Cam Akers is, again, the way everything been with Cam Akers has been up and down. Straight, yeah. So, 223, man. I believe this is the, 6th round still? If I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
6th round. Ethan Evans, punter out of Wingate.
Wingate.
D2 prospect. Have not heard of him. Have not heard of Wingate. Yeah, me either. Needed a punter. We got one. Good.
Definitely a need.
C-.
Yeah, it's definitely a C-.
We see how he does, but D2, don't know. Don't know how long he's gonna last.
I mean, they say, you know, his hang time, you know, but if the line will block, we'll probably see a big foot, but I just don't see it. I have to see.
I literally have 3 notes for him. D2 prospect. Have not heard of him or Wingate University. Needed a punter, so we got one. I mean, look, I don't know who he is, so I'm not gonna act like I know who he is, man. I mean, I'm sorry. Like, I'm gonna still give it a C- because obviously we have no punter.
Yeah, definitely need.
And you know, to pretty much stay on the special teams thing as well, we also got undrafted free agent kicker, who was the nation's best kicker last year.
Well, Chris Dunn,
NC State. He never missed a PAT. You know, only missed 1 kick last year. You know, that is a great value.
I like.
You can get now. That's a great value. I don't know about Ethan Evans.
I don't know about Ethan.
We'll have to see about Big Ethan. Wingate. Ethan. Already, his last name not even Wingate. You almost want to call him Ethan Wingate.
Yeah, let's call him Ethan Wingate.
Ethan Wingate.
For right now.
Yeah, for right now, we call him Ethan Wingate. You know, if he start footing them like Johnny Hecker, then he become Ethan Evans. Yeah. Double E. He become Double E. But until then, he Ethan Wingate.
Ethan Wingate.
But we got the best kicker, you know, in the nation.
Yeah. Chris Dunn,
NC State. That's great value. That's great value.
That's definitely great value.
And we ain't talking about the stuff they sell at Food Line.
Nah, Not the off brand.
Not the off brand. We talking about great value in the draft.
Yeah, definitely.
But that pick, we got Ethan Wingate.
Ethan Wingate.
Well, for the sake of the video, Ethan Evans from Wingate.
From Wingate. But in Roundhouse TV.
Yeah, but we got faith in you. We got faith in you, Ethan Evans.
We'll give him a chance.
You'll become a good punter, man. Hey, we'll change our tune real quick. You can come back on Roundhouse TV if you would like. And hey, talk your stuff.
Talk your stuff,
234, man. Hey, we here 7th round, man. 234, man. Our last 2 picks. Jason Taylor II, man. Safety, Oklahoma State. Very versatile. Man, if y'all want to know how versatile, this man has played everywhere in the secondary.
You can go in the box.
Put him in the box, 193 snaps in the slot. You're talking 234 snaps in the box and 433 snaps in the deep part, which is, of course, the back end, the safety position. Yeah. So you're talking a guy that literally can play, almost any position as far as in the secondary.
He got the best ball skill.
I mean, he seemed like a Rams type pick.
Yeah.
He seemed like a Rams type pick. He reminded me of like how we drafted last year with guys like Quinn Lake, just instinctive guys that they might not be the most athletic. They might not be the most athletically sound, but these guys go out there and make plays.
His bread and butter is the zone.
He's Heath Evans' brother from the Patriots. Oh, for real? That's crazy. I didn't know that. Hey. See, look,
Randy. Some new.
Hey,
all the time.
Hey, y'all make sure we put some respect on Mr. Evans' name.
Mr. Evans, man.
But back to Jason Taylor II, man. He just seemed like a Rams type of player.
Yeah.
I
think he definitely fit this defense.
Yeah. I mean, he could get a little over aggressive. As far as his angles, tackling wise, I thought that was some of his weaknesses after watching tape from him. But 14% missed tackle rate. Of course, that's out there as far as a number. But that's something that, again, you could develop on. Arm tackles is not going to get it done.
No, that's not going to work.
Arm tackles not going to get it done as far as in the league. You got to wrap them up. You got to wrap it up.
Dum.
But overall, man, like NFL.com, believe it or not, gave him a 4th round grade. So, again, Ramley, another steal, another need, and another potential steal. You're talking about a guy you getting in the 7th round with a 4th round grade, 3rd round grade, and I like the pick. Yeah. I gave it a B grade overall because, come on, we know the safety room definitely needs some reinforcements. Yeah. Definitely need some reinforcements.
You still got Yeast and you still got Quentin Lake over there.
They still got Yeast and Quentin Lake. Yep.
So I wouldn't be surprised.
Who's starting right now at safety?
That's a good question. Right.
Hell of a question. Jordan Fuller, of course.
Oh, no, Jordan.
Who's starting outside of Jordan Fuller? You got Quentin Lake, Rush Yeast,
and Jason Taylor
II. So we'll see who come out of that, playing opposite of Jordan Fuller. Right?
Oh, that's definitely an open position.
Oh yeah, that's definitely. It's about as open as the cornerback position, if you ask me.
If I see it, I could see him starting. Just like how Jordan Fuller come out of nowhere.
So would you have Jason Taylor start?
Yup. I can see it. He gonna fit in right away, bro.
Look, versatile safety, man. He played everywhere in the box, and
that's star
with Raheem Moore. Yep. You're right, man. Raheem Moore's defense, man, he want a guy that's going to be out there roaming around.
Yeah.
Different places. Send him on a blitz. Send him, Raheem love, instead of sending Ramsey on the blitz now, you can send him. You can send bruh. Ain't that something?
There you go, Raheem.
Right, ain't that something, Raheem? You can go and actually send an actual safety on the blitz instead of your best corner.
Now that's fine.
What you was doing was not fine.
Nah,
at all.
At all, bro. At all.
But anyway, like that shit was just not fire. Like
they won't, bro. We seen it, bro. It was ridiculous.
Crazy. I gave it a B grade overall. What you gave?
I gave it a B minus.
B minus.
Yeah.
That's solid.
Yeah,
that's solid. I can dig that. All right, man. Last pick, man. Mr. Irrelevant. The last pick of the draft. The last pick of the ranks.
We had to end it.
On a high note, and y'all let us know if we did, but we drafted defensive lineman Desjuan Johnson. Desjuan Johnson, man. Hey, look. No, did you? I haven't got what school he went to. Oh, Toledo.
Yep.
Toledo. Got you. Toledo. So similar. I mean, pretty much similar to Turner. Like I could see him trying to work his way onto the roster. Try to be an impact player on that defensive line. All MAC honors that as far as at Toledo. So I thought as far as conference, he was one of the better players in his conference. And I stated I wish we would have added a little bit more versatility on the line as far as just D linemen, 3 technique guys, which I think he's gonna mostly play. And that's currently occupied by my boy Aaron Donald.
Yeah, that's his spot.
That 3 technique. So, I mean, overall, man, like if he just learned from, the GOAT himself, I think he can be a very serviceable player. He lived in the backfield.
Yeah.
When I looked at his highlights, he was definitely tackles for losses. He was making that.
Booming.
He was booming. He was disruptive. He ain't taking up as far as last picks, he can be a potential, one of the top 10, Mr. Relevance. Could be top 5. Because I mean, this guy literally lives in the backfield. He makes plays. Certain things that he has, he can work on. But I mean, look, he's gonna play the 3 technique, which is occupied by Aaron Donald. We don't know the status of AD after this season. All I know is that we're drafting guys and drafting players at positions that's gonna come right in and be able to make plays. Mm-hmm. And he's powerful on the point of attack, and on the line of scrimmage. He's definitely gonna move guys, and he's in the backfield a lot.
Of course.
So I mean, overall, I gave it a C+, and again, I mean, it's just more depth on the defensive line. We kind of know what we're going with as far as into the season, but
maybe he can. No, he probably make the squad. You never know.
I mean, look, it's 53 men. Right now, man, everybody is looking to try to make a name for themselves, and he was the last pick in the draft. So he's gonna have a chip on his shoulder.
Of course.
So. Yeah, man. This is the end of the draft.
End of
the breakdown, man. Look, overall, I gave this draft a B. Yeah. I gave the draft a B. I thought it was pretty solid.
Solid. Draft.
Particularly for the maneuvers that we were able to make, trading down, getting guys like Zach Evans and getting a guy like Puka Nakua, mm-hmm. And getting guys like Trey Hodges Tomlinson and
still,
just guys like this in the later rounds, moving down, just getting value, getting the best kicker in college last year, undrafted, mm-hmm. Now he's potentially in the front line to, potentially win that job. So I mean, look, undrafted free agents, we didn't discuss too many of them. Yeah. But, we'll definitely be dropping probably a video here and there, discussing some of the guys that we looked into. Mm-hmm. And I thought overall this was a pretty good draft considering, there's going to be people that say, yeah, we've reached for players. But, I mean, look, that's just the outside perspective. You got to have, 2 ends of the coin. You got to have guys that's going to praise and you're going to have guys that's going to come down with heavy criticism. Mm-hmm. That's just how the media is.
They love to do that.
But, after what we saw, personally, I think the Rams got a lot of value at certain picks in the draft. It's probably maybe 1 or 2 picks that I wasn't really feeling, after really looking at it all and hindsight.
Could have got something different, but
yeah. I mean, personally, I feel like you could have got a punter off the street, rather than spending what pick was that?
That
was it a 7? 6? A 6-round draft pick on a punter. I mean, I know it feels harmless. It feels like, it ain't going to hurt anything. But, I mean, look.
Just get a man a chance.
Just, I'm just saying. You could have got a punter off the street. Marquette King, he out there kicking for the XFL. You could have brought him back. All I'm saying. Bring my brother back.
Come back.
But, I mean, overall, I thought it was a good pick. I thought our first 2 picks really set the tone for this class.
Definitely.
With Byron Young and Steve Avila. I thought those were 2 quality picks, studs coming in that can potentially play right away. Traded down a few times. Got value. Thought overall, man, it was a pretty good draft, man. Like I was saying, outside of maybe 1 or 2 picks, and I'm gonna reserve my feelings towards, those guys until I, see what they do. Particularly the punter and, and I feel like I'm more on the fence of the punter and Kobe Turner, but we have to see how them guys go.
Yeah.
But what was your best pick? out of all those picks, dude.
My best pick.
What do you feel like was the best pick the Rams made out the draft?
The second round pick.
Thanks, Stephen Villa. Yeah, I also had that as well. I mean, I think he's gonna be the guy to come possibly start week 1. Yeah. I might be wrong. We might have multiple guys from this class start week 1. You know, that's just how young and you know, inexperienced this team is. Like, it's gonna be a challenge out the gate. You know, these guys learning, you know, with the speed of the NFL, pretty much.
Because I feel like he's gonna bring that different energy in that line. I got a feeling he's gonna bring something different to that old line group, bro.
Yeah.
As he young, you know, still got Rob, the veteran, but you know he ready to be gone soon. So I mean, somebody gotta take that leadership, bro. I can see him do.
Yeah, we just said this plenty of times, man. Rob Havenstein is the last guy on the team from Jeff Fisher outside of Aaron Donald. So we just want to make that clear.
Yeah,
you know, the Jeff Fisher days of whatever the players that we had in Jeff Fisher days, man, they slowly run on away. Like, we're gonna have a whole new crop of new players. Like, you know, 1-2 year pros, 1-2-3 year pros. You know, just going out there learning as a team, and that's what makes. I think that's what makes this season most exciting, in my opinion. Like, people want to write us off because we have a bunch of guys that haven't made a name for themselves. But that's what makes this team, I feel like, more dangerous than ever. It just echoes 2017.
Yeah.
It echoes 2017. Nobody knew Cooper Kupp. Robert Woods went on the map. No. Sammy Watkins was a guy that people gave up on. Jared Goff was a guy that they didn't feel like they can lead a team to the playoffs right out the gate. You know, with a coach like McVay. And, you know, they ain't think Aaron Donald can be a key cog in the defense that lead go to the playoffs and all these questions. You know, and all the rest of the supporting cast, Jermaine Johnson and all those guys. Like, but we got there. We got to the playoffs in 2017. That's what it feels like. Oh, yeah. That's what it feels like. It feels like goddamn 2017 pretty much. So I like the vibes of this team. You know, they all young. They all coming in hungry, looking to get a spot on this team and play for the Rams. Like, this team wasn't that far away from winning the title a couple years ago. So these guys want to keep that lineage going. They want to be able to keep this team relevant. And we got some dogs.
Oh, yeah.
We got some dogs. And overall, this draft, you know,
it was a solid draft.
It was a solid draft. Who you thought was the worst pick?
Even though we needed it with the punter, I think we could have got something else besides the punter. We could definitely easily find a punter. Right.
Yeah, I mean, look, I had the punter as well. I mean, I just feel like, there's a punter.
You can easily get those. Like,
look, I understand punting is a big key into games and changing the goddamn, you know, field position, things like that, but he was a D2 prospect. I mean, you know, where exactly did they even find the footage of him punting the ball or anything?
I haven't seen.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, what, McVay? How did you go deep into this bag? You went deep into your scout bag.
Yeah, he definitely went deep in this one. Like,
it's almost like he tried to pull the Brad Holmes playbook out, you know, from out the back shelf somewhere. Like, so I mean, I don't know. I mean, we'll have to see about that. But I mean, I would probably have to say that's the worst pick that we made in the draft, in my opinion. But again, we needed it. We had no punter.
We had no choice. And another thing, bro. Now that I think that Aubrey Pleasant is back in the cornerback room, I feel much more confident with these young corners.
That is a good point, though. Mr. Pleasant is definitely back.
Like, he got them boys right.
Yeah, he do though.
Yeah, got them boys right. And I like the connection with him and Wi-Fi, bro. If y'all ain't watched Behind the Grind, bro, like,
yeah, definitely check out the Behind the Grind series, man. Them Jones be turned. Like, you know, they'll pretty much show you, you know, what's behind the grind of the day. You know, it's just what it is, man.
And shout out to Sean McVay on that speech, though.
Hey, Sean McVay, man, you know, Sean McVay is as passionate as he gets, man. I feel like this season he's coming rejuvenated. He's coming ready to coach these young guys and really show why he a top 3 coach. Because if you tell me he goes to the playoffs with this team.
What y'all gonna say now?
I mean, what y'all gonna say now? Like, I mean, that's
another coach of the year.
That's a feather in the cap, if you ask me. That's what. Yeah, easily coach.
If he somehow get coach of the year this year, I don't want shit.
I don't want to hear nothing, man. I don't want to hear nothing about McVay and him not being the guy. Him not being him. So that's all I got to say. But who's your sleeper pick?
Sleeper pick is Trey.
That's crazy. Mine's also Trey. Mine's also Trey.
Mine's think alike, bro.
Hey, look. We all know, man, Trey, he coming in with instant talent, instant swag.
Right away, bro.
Instant competitiveness. Like, you name it, man. Like, we feel like Trey going to bring a lot to the DB room. He going to challenge those guys to be better. You know, they going to challenge him to be better.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's coming in with traits that definitely going to suit Raheem Moore's scheme, zone. Yep. They're not going to expect him to go out there and play a lot of man at his size. But he has the ball skills to be able to make plays off the ball. You know, and I think that's what, you know, McVay and a lot of those guys, they like with these, you know, with the secondary. The Kobe Durant, you know, can definitely decipher the defense, make a break on the ball, make a play. Darion Kendrick, as much as we gave him flack last year, he was there a lot of times.
Yeah.
He was there. Can't deny it.
He always second guessed.
But he always second guessed himself. That comes with being a rookie. Like season 2, you know, he gets better. Mm-hmm. I expect him to develop.
He rocking that one this year.
I mean, look, that one open. Yeah. That one open. So he grabbed that.
Yeah.
And then you add a guy like Trey Thompson, another guy who takes chances and plays good defense and just, you know, it's good. So, I mean, like I said, this DB room is
pretty stacked.
Like pretty stacked. You know, when you look as far as young talent that got, you know, potential.
Don't we still got your boy still? Who was playing? The other cornerback.
What, Grant Haley?
Yeah.
I mean, look, if Grant Haley's still on the team, man, you already know Grant Haley, man. He contributes when asked upon. So, yeah. You know, these cornerbacks is not, you know, they don't shy away from going out there, going against number 1s in the league, number 2s, whatever it may be. So, my favorite pick, though, I feel like it's going to be Puka.
See, I fuck with Puka, too.
I think it's going to be Puka. Like, you know, I just think, like, his skill set right away should immediately give him some type of playing time. I know we have him Lance McCutcheon, but it's like they don't want to give us Lance. So, if you're not going to give us Lance, give us Puka. Give us Puka. Give us him on jet sweeps. Give us him high point balls with the 6'2" frame that he got, and let him go out there and make a play, along with Cooper Kupp and Van and Tutu. Let these guys go out there and make plays.
Just imagine you had Puka and Tutu.
I mean, look, you can goddamn do a double reverse jet sweep. I don't know, like if that's even possible. That's even possible.
Puka Tuka.
Puka Tutu, like Puka Tutu, like that'd be crazy. Like that combo is deadly. That Puka Tutu, like you smoking that?
Yo,
you know goddamn you on go. But I mean, overall, man, that's our draft review, man.
Draft review, Ramsey.
Look, we gave y'all a breakdown, pick by pick, man. Like, if y'all want to go back and watch this live, man, we'll be posted on the page.
Yes, sir.
We'll post a link as well on Instagram, man. You know, in case, you know, people in the West or the East Coast wasn't able to check us out tonight. We wanted to go ahead and drop that preview, or should I say that review tonight. It will be posted on the page. Mm-hmm. We got other content coming as well, man. You know, y'all let us know what y'all want us to drop. We do wrestling content, NBA content with the playoffs, NFL, Rams content, you name it. Like, you want us to do a Q&A, y'all let us know in the DMs. Y'all like and subscribe to the page, man. Y'all follow us on Instagram and Twitter as well, and TikTok.
Hey, man, just follow us, man.
Just follow us, man.
Follow the journey, bro.
We keep coming, man. The journey is still on. It's still going, man. You know, season 4. Y'all already know how it is, man. But on that note, sayonara, you geeks.
You fucking geeks.
I'm Jalen.
And I'm Snoop. And this is Ramshousetv. You
geeks.
You geeks.
Man, y'all enjoy y'all night. And again, man, you know, show the Ramley some love, man. Horns the fuck up, you geeks.
Fuck up, you geeks.
Horns up.
Gang.
Gang.